It's a kind of magic.
So, intuition.
Yeah, trusting your intuition
Yes.
and letting go of the need for certainty. I love that one.
Yeah, that's a really hard one, isn't it? Letting
It
go
is hard
of the
to
need of
be
for
okay with
certainty.
not knowing how things are going to be.
Yeah.
I have met a few people in my life who do that, and I admire them tremendously.
Yeah.
I mean, you never really know. You make plans when you go on a journey, and nothing ever happens as you think you're gonna have.
Yeah.
It's gonna
never.
work out. So we would be much better to trust our intuition, let go with the flow, and be okay with not knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow. Just
Yeah.
trust that our intuition will guide us to the right place, to the right people.
Yeah. Totally.
So how do we do that?
And as you can see, like this week, I've actually got the jumper.
Yeah.
So yeah, this jumper. Look at the sleeves.
Mm.
This makes me feel like Princess Leia. I just need the hair, like up on my head. Ooh, yeah. I made a pact with myself, probably 2014, I made a pact with myself to operate from my intuition. So instead of allowing life to be something that I thought I controlled, that I had control over, that I was trying to hold on, it's like every situation that arose, I made a pact that I would stop and connect to my intuition and intuitively make choices and decisions. And that's when I ended up leaving Margaret River, going to work up in the Kimberley, living on a community, and then actually taking that step out of teaching and deciding to travel. And yeah, so it definitely changed the way that my life rolls, because it allowed me to let go of the certainty of the routine, of the safety and security, because my soul was asking for more. So by connecting to your intuition, you're connecting to your soul. So
And your intuition, I believe, is the voice of your heart.
I like that. That's cool.
So when you follow that, sometimes people freak out because you're walking off the normal path.
Yes.
And go, do you know what you're going to do? What's going to happen? But if you follow your heart, I reckon you can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong.
You can never go wrong.
No. Absolutely not. I mean, you're always going to be fulfilled. So there's
You have a choice. Yeah.
Yeah. The trust is there.
The faith.
Yeah.
Faith in your destiny, faith that life is benevolent. I also find that one way to cultivate hearing the voice of your heart, like that your intuition is loud and super clear, is by listening to your heartbeat many times a day. It's just a practical thing.
That's
if you
a
take
good
10
one.
seconds, 2-3 times a day to listen to your heartbeat, it sharpens the voice of your intuition. There you go.
That's a good practice for
That's
this week.
a practice for this
Yeah.
week.
It's a good practice for this week. So yeah, connecting with your internal rhythm, because your heartbeat is your internal rhythm. So that guides your
and you
intuition.
trust that it's there, don't you? Like you have no control over your heartbeat. You don't have to plan. Leah, are you listening? So yeah, it's like bowing to something that is higher than you, greater than you, that's always there for you. And in that moment, you, I guess, also sharpen your faith of life.
Yeah.
And somehow you become more... Because the thing that guides you, when your intuition guides you, how you're breathing, how your heartbeat is beating, are clear signs that you're going the right way or not.
Yeah.
So I guess when you become more and more accustomed to how your heartbeat and your breath is feeling when you're in a sweet spot, you can be more aware of it. When it's like going, oh, don't go there, don't speak to this person, don't get that job.
Yeah.
You're really in tune with your intuition.
Yeah,
So,
and sometimes I've found with my intuition, like incredible opportunities, or so I thought were incredible opportunities, have come into my path, and I've connected with my intuition and actually decided not to take them, because sometimes those opportunities were connected to past patterns and things that I was trying to let go of. So by listening to my intuition, I could walk away from them and walk in the opposite direction, closer to where I actually felt my soul wanted to be, instead of where it's been conditioned to be.
Yeah.
So there's
also,
been
I think your intuition
times.
sees the big picture, where we normally leave it by. So you have to trust that, and it takes faith. To trust that your intuition knows, but this is a really great opportunity. I've been wanting this, you know, and it may look like that, but there's something greater, and then your heart knows, your intuition knows, and to have the courage to let go of what you think is all right, and to trust in, you know, your intuition is a big leap of faith.
Yeah, big leap of faith.
But that's where you find your wings. If you don't jump, you'll never really find them. You see, she's found her sleeves.
Angel wings, angel wings. So how do you connect with your intuition? The heartbeat. We mentioned the heartbeat. I think giving yourself time. I have a really incredible friend who I first met when I came to Australia, and she, for one, only ever does one thing a day, so one job a day. That's it. So she's never too busy, but she always gets one thing done. And I was like, oh, this is good. Does
she have kids, house?
She does now, so I think things may have shifted. But you know, she always would make that thing just one thing a day.
Sorry, I'm not doing dinner. I've made breakfast. Sorry.
But then she also had another one, which was when people asked her things, instead of, you know, being like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing, like that, and being really into it and making a commitment to people, she would just stop and she'd be like, oh, that sounds really great. Let me think about it and I'll get back to you. And by doing that, she allowed herself time to connect with what her soul wanted and her intuition, and then give her response. And if her response was no, she said that from a place of knowing rather than like shutting a door.
Trying to please someone.
Or trying to please somebody else. So she always gave that answer of like, that sounds awesome, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. And I was like, wow, I want to be able to do that, and I still can't do that. I still get so bloody excited when things are going on. I'm like, yeah, it sounds awesome. And then I'm like, why did you commit to that? You've got so many things going on, you know? So that's one little trick to give yourself that space so that you can stop and connect with you and what your needs are.
I mean, talking about friends that inspire you to be comfortable with what not knowing what things are. I think of a dear friend of mine who was letting go of her life as she knew it to jump into a brand new life and totally not know if it was going to work out, and being completely okay with it. And I remember feeling that her lightness was almost palpable, and I thought, oh, I want to be able to be so comfortable with not knowing what's going to happen. Have total faith.
Yes.
I don't need to know. It's gonna, you know.
Yeah, I still get quite panicked by the unknown. Yet I often put myself in situations where there is the unknown. It's like I quite like that agitation, but it's something that I know I have to step over and just be completely 100% comfortable with the unknown. Yeah.
It's a practice. It's difficult.
Yeah, everything's a practice.
I mean, there are things that we know without a shadow of doubt, that the sun's going to get up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and that it's going to set. Actually, that we're going to rotate and it's going to pass us by.
Yeah. And all the things that really matter, we've got very little control over them. So it helps you to surrender to it.
Yes.
You know, it's like when you give birth. It's not really you giving birth. You have to kind of surrender to it, to have faith in the process, to trust. And trust your intuition. That you're going to breathe the way you need to breathe, that you're going to, you know what I mean? It's like you can't really, you almost sit on the back seat and you follow your intuition, and then life happens. Yeah.
Intuition brings inspiration, I guess, doesn't it? You know, because
I like how inspiration in French is inspiration, which is to take a breath in.
Well, to inspire, to exhale, to inhale.
So I guess, you know, when you're talking about connecting to your intuition, you take
a breath.
You stop and you take a breath. And you listen.
Yeah, so that's like, you know, your heartbeat, how you respond to others giving you opportunities that could look amazing, but maybe aren't what you want, and then also by taking a breath. They're 3 really useful tools to connect you to your intuition.
They're great recipes to happiness in all circumstances, really, aren't they?
Yeah. You have those tools for a reason, I guess, because they're there to help you and
how
guide
do we
you.
practice trusting life?
Trusting life.
Yeah, you know, to have faith.
To have
really
faith.
Trust.
That knowledge that you're going to be okay. Like, I've always had that knowledge that I'm going to be okay. You know, that everything's going to work out okay.
Yeah.
And it will work out the way that it's meant to. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had that knowledge. So I guess that's really helped me to make the choices in life that I've made, because I know at the end of the day that it's always going to be okay. But I guess not everyone has that.
I guess everyone is different and has a different... Like, as a child, my life changed many times without my desire. And it would change very rapidly. Like, suddenly I'd be living with different people, going to different school. Like, you know, overnight life isn't the same anymore. And it happened many times. So I developed that sense that it was going to be okay because I'm here. I'm here. I'm always going to be here.
Yeah.
So that became my certainty.
Yeah, you become your own constant.
Yeah, I'm here. That's never going to change. I'm always going to be here for you. That was my little mantra.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to find that mantra and cultivate it, like you would plant a little pot and just really nurture
the
it.
trust in the process comes down to trust in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like the process is just a bigger version of yourself. So that trust in yourself, that you have the tools in order to be resilient and cope with whatever life throws at you and stay in your joy and power and happiness, be intuitive and inspired. That's all about you. You can cultivate all of those things in your life. I
like to remind people, and you know, sometimes you learn messages or lessons in life and they are repeated to you under different circumstances. And there was one in particular that I've shared 1,000 times and will share it many more. This sense that everything that you need is inside of yourself.
Yes.
To be the brightest, happiest, healthiest version of yourself, everything you need is inside of yourself. And I think that is like a big seed of faith. When you know that, who cares what happens or doesn't happen? Maybe to find ways to remind yourself that, or adopt it as a mantra.
Yeah, totally. Basically, it's up to you. Again, it's all your choice and it's all down to you. And connecting with life intuitively brings lots of reward. Absolutely, lots of reward.
Well, it intensifies the journey, doesn't it?
Love it. Okay, so go intuitively through your week.
Yeah, listen to your heartbeat. Take the time, don't rush yourself in going places or going into relationship or jobs or this or that. Take a moment, go, let's see.
Yeah, see how it feels for me and what my needs
and
are.
Why am I going this way? Is it because my head is telling me, am I doing this out of fear, or am I not trusting? Am I doing this out of pure faith and my intuition is loud and clear or not? And just practice that.
And take a breath. Take a breath.
And listen to your heartbeat like 3 times a day, morning, lunch and dinner, before you go to sleep, before you wake up, and give thanks to this heart of yours that's always there for you. That's always
there for you. Awesome. Thank you for listening.
Have a
Happy
Magic
Monday.
Happy Magic Monday and Magic
Much love.
Bye.
Bye.